bust their ass up.
Big crowd. Too.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. We are the Battle Lectures of the Most High, coming to you with another Wednesday night class. Tonight's class will be Judge in Works, which is action. You know what I'm saying? It's an action word. We ask that you get some comments, you know what I'm saying, on the YouTube that you try to push this, man, and help us push it as well as ourselves, you know. We're going to go on and jump into the class, though. First scripture we're going to pull is James 2, chapter 14. Chapter 14, James chapter 2, verse 14.
The book of James, chapter 2, and verse 14. What doeth it profit? What doeth it profit, my brethren? Though a man say he had faith and not works, can faith save him?
So it's a question asking, can faith just save you? Can you just be saved out just by believing and not putting in works and action?
And that's what the the Christianites do too.
That's right.
That's all they be saying.
Because none of the actions,
I got faith.
None of the actions line up. They don't do no action. They just, I believe. As long as you believe, he's a God of love. Hey, that's not faith. That's just faith. You got to put in his work though. That's right. Keep reading, brother.
If a brother or sister,
jump down to 17.
Verse 17. Even so, if he had not works, is dead being alone.
Even so, faith. If you do have faith, without the works, it's dead. It's nothing. The two got to coincide. They got to go hand in hand. You know, it's a 50-50 battle with the faith, also believing that, also doing. You know, you got to, like we go get that scripture, let your light shine. You know, so you got to be able to be a doer of this word and not just, you know what I'm saying, talking about it. Like we always say, you can't just talk the talk when we get into this truth. You got to be able to walk that walk, but you got to.
And also, when people, they think that faith, oh, this is how we make faith, man, and the laws is done away with faith. But according to Romans, I'm going to go get there right there. Romans chapter 9 and verse 31.
Get out.
And you read the book of Romans chapter 9, so like the book of Romans chapter 3 and verse 31. What do we make? Do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. We establish the law. So in this being said, look, law means faith doesn't take the place of the law. The law has always been established. It's just to build your faith in the Most High God and feel you build your faith in Christ our Lord and Savior. It's not taken away from the law.
That's right.
It's still just telling you to keep faith. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's when you see when people come, I got faith. Well, we're gonna establish the law to you now. Right. That's what we're trying to do. Yeah, okay, I understand you got faith. Now you need the law. Now you be complete when we give you the law. So we establish the law, not our law, not the United States law, but the Most High God's law.
That's right. All right. So I appreciate that. All right, man. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 2. Go give me we'll start at 2 and 3.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 3. Talk no more exceeding proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth.
Because, you know, we get into this truth, and like we say, you know, vain thoughts, you know, we get puffed up. You know, you hear that a lot. We get puffed up, and now we start being a little arrogant. Oh, I did that. Oh, I brought that out. Oh, these brothers got to listen to me because I'm captain. I'm general. I'm all this. You know, but the scripture said, let no more vain thoughts come out your mouth. Not arrogance. We're not arrogant in this truth. We got a long way to go. Mm-hmm. You can't be arrogant, man, and you just trying to get one penny. Ain't no way you can be arrogant, man. We got a lot of work to be done. That's what the class is about. Keep reading now.
For the Lord is a God of knowledge.
Because he knows everything, man. Come on, y'all. We can't outdo we can't try to outdo God because he know every thought, he know every action before we even get to do it, man. He's a God of knowledge, man. That's the powerful thing.
And by him, actions are weighed.
And by him what?
And by him, actions are weighed.
And by him, actions, works, putting in that work. Actions are weighed. Because when you in this truth, the way you let your light shine is by showing with action what you do, you know. You go wear them fringes, man, to let them be busting when you out there on the court hoop, when you out there at the work, when you out there picking up trash, taking out the trash. You know, your actions are weighed by the Most High, man. Exactly. And that's why you can't be arrogant, man. You can't say, well, I'm just going to the trash can. I ain't got to put on these fringes. You got to put them fringes on, man.
And let me make this clear, because I heard this earlier today, what some of the people think about it. Fringes are not the law. Fringes is something to remind us to do the laws and keep the laws, as the Bible tells us. I was hearing this dude, hey, fringes the law. If you keeping the law, then you got on fringes. I was like, no, that's not what that says.
And read that last part for me again now.
And by him, actions are weighed.
Man, that right there, that last part is heavy in Israel too, because we got a lot of brothers, like we love to call keyboard Israelites, man. You know, talk a lot of noise behind keyboards, but the Most High told us, he commanded us to go out to the highways and to the byways to teach our people, to meet them face to face, man. That's how you really put in this work. That's your actions showing to the Most High, man. Because how you think the Most High look at you just behind a keyboard? Do he want you behind a keyboard, or do he want you out there going at your sisters? We're edifying, not going at. Go ahead.
And learning the Hebrew is no excuse not to be going on the street. Because in this lifetime, I promise you is not going to learn the whole Hebrew. So that is no excuse. You be the rest of your life trying to learn the Hebrew.
Let me get something on what I'm saying, because a lot of people think that not going to the curb matters, but it does matter, because a lot of times people think they in their own mind thought, oh, this is the doctor you're supposed to be going with. This is the doctor everybody wants to say about their doctor. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17, right quick. Let me show you something. It's a simple verse that everybody should know, but this verse right here is heavy. The last part, what I want out of it. I'm going to read it out. The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with that everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So when you've been an Israelite and you doing the work and you following the law, statutes, and commandments, you should not be ashamed for one, or you should not be confounded for two. And it's a word that's not going to end. So if you out there and you pushing thus said the Lord, and you pushing thus said the Lord, you out there on the career teaching that word, guess what? You'll never get confounded. So, but if you off, guess what? Somebody go out to that crib and confound you.
It's like Chief Ephraim there, when they was out there and on the thing, they wasn't ashamed nor confounded about what they was telling, because the fact of the matter, can't nobody confound you, because we pull scripture and show you anything that I'm telling you. And they not confounded. They not confused about what's going on, despite how CNN twist the story up.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 17:10. And that's good that them brothers bringing out, man, you know, edification. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're trying to do, is just get the true understanding, man, of every scripture. We go dig precept upon precept, so that we can, like Brother Benaniah say, we don't want no meat left on that bone.
That's right. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall
17:10.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, and verse 10. I, the Lord, search the heart.
So I search the heart. I know what you got going. We already know but let's go to 9 right quick. Start at 9.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, and verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
So y'all Christianites, whatever you call yourself, stop telling us that, oh, God know my heart. You can't tell me that God know my heart. He absolutely knows it. He knows it before we even know it. Yeah, you're right. He really do know. He said the heart is deceitful above all things. So yeah, he know your heart. You're right. You sure right about that. But you don't even know your heart, man, because you just thinking going with any wind. The doctor saying, "Oh yeah, I'm saved with wool." You ain't even getting to these scriptures. So he say, you know, the heart deceitful, because you're gonna lie about a lot of things, man, and desperately wicked. Desperately, you know, that's wickedness within itself, man.
Yeah, it ain't just wicked.
Desperately, you see that key word.
Yeah, and that in my book, when they go to the definition of that desperately wicked, it got incurably sick.
Man.
Incurably
sick.
Hey, that's
so
tough, man.
If you going off of what's in your mind, our mind change every second. It ain't gonna never stop thinking. So, and I can think of this. That's why we got to stand on this word, no matter what, because we getting our feelings. Be like, well, I think. That's when I be like, I don't even want to hear it, because you're gonna think that something tomorrow. You're gonna think something different tomorrow. I have somebody I do is come tell you something.
That's right.
And you don't think what you thought yesterday.
That's right. You know, we quick to say, oh yeah, for to lose 30 pounds, man. You know, I'm gonna go and get on this diet tomorrow. We had fat burger. You know what I'm saying? Doing it big, 2 burgers, 2 fries. You know, and I like I said, we all a witness of this, man. You know, we gotta be truthful with ourselves, man. You know.
I'm gonna start next Tuesday.
Yeah, well then I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna cheat this week. I'm gonna go and start next week. I'm gonna push it back a week, and then we come to the year, and that year come to never. So we gotta get up out of there, no man. The Lord know our heart, man. You know it's wicked, man, desperately wicked, incurable sickness. Isn't that what it said?
Incurable.
Incurable, man. That's a strong adjective, man.
That's
when
sick.
you get an adjective in front of sick, sick is already sick. You put an adjective in front of sick, incurably. Come on, man.
That's like that feeling you get. You go to the doctor and they say, "Oh, we ain't got nothing to cure."
Oh man, we got bad news. So just when they tell you we got bad news, face down in your chest, man.
How long I got?
For real,
That's the next thing.
for real. Go ahead.
The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
Who can know? Who can understand this and know that? Hey, man, be truthful with yourself. Ain't no more lies, man. Let's get out of these lies and understand what we are and who we are. We are a stiff-necked group of nation of people, hard-headed. We wicked. We got wicked hearts and minds. About we already know this, man. Let's try to get into these scriptures and take those thoughts and wicked ways out of ourselves, man. Come together like the Most High want us to do, man, and that'll solve a lot of this thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why He want us to gather together, so other brothers and sisters can help you, man, with this desperately wicked heart and tongue and mind and thoughts that we have.
And that's what them lonely nights, where they sit at the house by themselves, all lonely in the scriptures all the time by themselves, and wonder why. And then they always going against, well, I don't like camps because. That's because, brother, you by yourself, and all you going by is what's in your mind. So you're not comparing it to everybody's mind when they can look at the scriptures and they all see the same thing. And say, but you look at the scripture, whatever you think it is, that's just what it is. You don't have nobody to correct that, to give you understanding on that.
That's the key to a lot of people that's doing the walk by themselves. That is the key. That's one of the main things that brothers and sisters do when they walking by themselves. They don't have a brother or sister to pick them up if they fall.
That's right.
So it is best for people to gather, for our people to gather amongst each other, man.
And that's great. That's a good point, man. Hold your precepts, y'all. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 4, chapter 4, verse 9. Because that's what y'all saying, man. That's heavy, man, for real. Because a lot of us want to do this work by ourselves. We want to walk in this walk by ourselves, man. And we need other brothers and sisters to help us and lift us up. It's like when I used to try to work out. I used to try to work out by myself and go and I hit a few things. I'm tired. I don't feel like it. But I got a partner, a brother with me helping me out. He go push me.
Exactly.
And then guess what? I'm going to push him because he just pushed me. Yeah, you made me do 4 extra or you doing 5 extra. But that's all for the betterment of yourself. And that's what brothers are for, man. That's why the scripture is everywhere, like you brothers just said.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 9. 2 are better than one.
I mean,
2 are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor.
Because they have a good reward for their labor, man. They, you know what I'm saying? The 2 is better than 1. 3, 4, 5, man, it's better than 1. We out here trying to do it by ourselves, man. Like you said, I say we keyboarding behind the screen by ourselves. Let's get out there and get brothers to help us out, man. And like I said, you know, coming together, you got that thought by yourself. But how about you get them thoughts together collectively with a group of brothers, man, that's on the same path as you?
It'll take what, 2 or more witnesses for it to be established.
That's right.
Read verse 10.
For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
Read that again.
But for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
Fall is if you slip, if you sin.
That's
Guess what? You got your brother to correct you, to pick you back up. Hey, man, repent. Come back to these commandments, man. Put off what you just did and stay back at it, man. A just man falleth 7 times, but if you keep doing it, that's willfully sinning, man.
Right.
You know, it's no excuse for that. Read on, huh?
But woe to him that is alone.
Read that again.
But woe to him that is alone.
Right. Man, you heard the scriptures, man. Woe. You know that woe means destruction, man. You out here trying to get it by yourself, man. Oh, man, I don't believe in camps. Oh, I met a brother, man. I love the spirit on him, man. He had a good spirit on him. But what I didn't like about the brother, and I told him, I said, brother, you say you don't want to deal with no camps or nobody else. brother, that's not what the Most High want us to do. You know, you can't just be out here for yourself. You just trying to save you. We're trying to get a reward. We're trying to save others as well as ourselves, because we know what the reward will be for saving souls, man, for saving lives, man. And also not just the reward, but what's what we are commanded to do.
Exactly.
So you know, like we always say, it's first to being an Israelite, man. You know, so he just gotta get out there, man, and get it, man. You know, you don't like this camp, well, find a camp that you can deal with.
Exactly.
Find your new camp. Maybe it's a starter camp, and maybe you can try to put your feelings and your desires into that and make it a camp that you would want it to be. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But man, you got to get out there,
because everybody's saying they hate camps. Then some people looking for the perfect camp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about the camp in you? What about all them thoughts that you put in your mind on a daily basis that you go through that you probably wouldn't want to talk to people about? You be thinking about some bull crap, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm gonna kill about 2 or 3 people. No, I ain't gonna do that. You don't know what people thinking about in their mind. Right. People go crazy, man. Mm-hmm. People go plumb deal crazy, man. And see what? A lot of times people don't want to deal with the demon that's inside them, but they want to condemn everybody that's around them. Mm-hmm. And that'd be the main problem.
And that's a lot of times what they do when they buy themselves. See, I ain't got nobody career, but I can get on this Facebook and tell everybody they wrong for that. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. And then they hide what they do by themselves. See, can't nobody tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, because you don't be around nobody to tell. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? You're going to die in your iniquity. Right? Mm-hmm. But finish with it there, dog.
When he fought it, for he had not another to help him up.
And man, I'm going to tell you, what's that good commercial? I'm falling, but I can't get up. Right. Mm-hmm. You ain't got that button on your chest. You just gonna get out of there. And out of there. And I be doing that because I think about this because I live by myself. You know what I'm saying? And I think about it all the time. I'm like, man, if I had a heart attack or something, I can't get to my phone. Guess what?
I'm out of there.
I'm out of there. But if I had my, when I had my wife, I know she was right there. Something happened to me, she can dial 911. I might get recovered. But being alone, you don't have nobody to help you out. You don't have nothing to, hey, hold on. Because I know me and we some stubborn son of guns sometimes when it comes to I mean, my wife tell me all the time, you need to go to the doctor. I be like, man, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And then until something happened, he be like, yeah, I should listen to you. And that's because without that person behind them telling them that, getting on them, you need to go, and then the woman would be like, shoot, I need you help too, because you need to go to work.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So without that, everybody help each other when you got 2 people. You can't help nobody by yourself. You can't even help yourself.
Let's go back to Jeremiah 17 and verse 10. The book good, that's heavy, man.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 10. Mm-hmm. I, the Lord, search the heart. Mm-hmm. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways. Even to give every man according to his ways.
According to his ways.
And according to the fruit of his doing.
The fruit, the works, the action of what he's doing, man. So we will always be judged with the action of what we do. It's going to always be a left or a right. Which one you go choose? But you're going to be judged with them actions that you choose. You understand? So it said with the fruit of his doings. Not of everybody else doing, but of his doing.
And it says that even to every man according to his ways. So the Most High, a lot of times you see some cats come in or some people, they'll come in and he might be he be like, man, this dude here kind of hard and crazy. But according to his way, that's why he go on the streets and preach hard and crazy.
Right.
He gave him a duty according to his way. So a lot of times I can't say, man, I don't like the way he be teaching. No, because it might not be for you. Mm-hmm. But the way he teach is talking to somebody else according to his ways. He got the Most High do it according to the way I made him. So like Benaniah, very soft spoken. I mean, very don't talk much. But then he'll get out there and he'll talk to y'all, what's name, calm and what's name, till you get out of line. Right. but at the time, it's because that's the way the Most High made him. And the way I might be, I've always been like that, it ain't, I'll be like, shoot, I always tell myself every week, yeah, I'm gonna calm down and change. Every week, man. And then, I mean, the minute I picked that microphone up,
According to his way.
that's me. I done try to believe me, y'all. I done told myself all the time, yeah, this time will be calm this weekend. I'm just gonna just chill, soon. But ask me how many weekends have I just chill? There don't even be nobody coming by there. Man, I can't just chill.
Blast out.
Yeah, but that's all I wanted on that. That's one of the things that was talking about. But go ahead.
Yeah, for real, according to his ways, man. We will be judged with the fruits of our labor, man, what we do, man. Let's go to James 1:22. Man, we got to get up out this selfish thing, man. We got to get back into being a nation of people, man, caring about our people, man, doing this.
The book of James, chapter 1, verse 22. But be ye doers of the word.
Be ye what?
Doers of the word.
That's action. If you a doer, that means you show action being a doer of the word. Not just hearing the word. You're doing action by being a doer of the word.
That's right.
And not only, and not hearers only.
And not what?
And not
put a distinctive matter of that being doers and not hearers only. That's why we said you got 50% faith, and then you don't got the works beside the way. It's not balancing out. And just like you said, you be a doer of the work and not hearers only. Because if you just been a hearer, but then where's your doing? Where's your works?
And that's doing his law, statutes, and commandments. And part of that is getting out in them streets and doing that work, and not just sitting back in. And I hadn't seen Facebook in the Bible yet, nor have I seen YouTube in the Bible.
That's right.
So that was never the requirement that he told us to do. He said, get to the streets and teach this word to the people.
And like and when I thought of this class, I like I said, I was on Facebook. I'm on Facebook sometimes, but that's why I was really touching too, because we got a lot of brothers and sisters, they want to argue with you on Facebook, but you ain't out here in these streets putting this work in. Like I told Mahogany, how was it that we out here in the game getting beat up, broke arm, legs, toe and ACL, while the brothers on the sideline talking, oh yeah, man, I could have did that. Well, we need some subs, man.
Mm-hmm.
We need some help out here, man. We need a full roster out here, man. We playing with 5 ballers right now. I'm trying to think we get tired, man. We need somebody to help us sub in, man. Put this work in with us. You understand? But finish that out, Bob.
Some stuff on top. But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own self.
You ain't doing nothing but lying to yourself. You ain't doing nothing but hurting yourself. You just hurting yourself, man, being a hearer only of the word. And like we always, when we just been bringing out, man, get together with some brothers, man, so you can get some counsel. Because if you ain't together with brothers, then how you getting counsel? You're missing a lot of steps in this Bible. You're missing a lot of laws and orders of this Bible that we got to go by. You gonna counsel yourself? What was that Rehoboam? And he talked to the youngsters. Well, you go talk to yourself? You got to come on with it, man. You ain't doing nothing but hurting your own self, man. Your own salvation. Go ahead, right?
For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass.
It's not helping you. It's not profitable, man. It's not doing nothing for you. You're seeing that same person and looking in the mirror, saying that same person, man. You're not growing. It's not helping you just being a hearer of the word and not a doer.
Yeah, and the thing about that is faith. It really is work. That's what it's all about. Let me I'm gonna pull something real quick. Give me Numbers chapter 12 and verse 7. We're gonna go way back.
Back in the time.
Yeah, we don't. I know a lot of people go to and they want to see faith, but they only see it in the New Testament. Let's see what this faith was. Let's just see if it was just believing with your mind. Go ahead.
The book of Numbers, chapter 12, verse 7. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all my house.
Who is faithful in all my house. Moses wasn't just I believe in the Most High. Otherwise, we still be in Egypt right now. Right. If that's all it was. Go ahead.
With him will I speak mouth to mouth.
That's what we do. Then with the faith that we going out there and knowing that the Most High is behind us, that He told us to do what we doing. That's what we go out there and He's speaking to us, mouth to mouth. Right. A lot of times they thinking they hearing us. That ain't us. And that's why we be saying, we're reading the Bible. And it's amazed me. You be like, and the people, I believe in the Bible. Then you bring it out. I don't believe that. Hey, go ahead.
Even apparently, and not in dark speeches.
We don't give you dark speeches. We just get straight to the point. That's right. Get out your sin.
That's it. That's right.
It ain't no dark speech. It's just telling you the truth, man. I'm trying to bring you to the light. I'm getting you out of dark, but I ain't not using dark speeches. I'm giving you light to come to the light. You know how they say when you're on your deathbed, go to the light. Go to the light. Now we bring out the light. Go ahead.
And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold.
Go ahead.
Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?
And see, that's what he prayed. He said, "Don't you were not afraid to speak against my servant Moses," because Moses got faith in the Most High. You better not run your mouth off about him. You better not come back at him. Why? Man, he just spoke. Remember, Moses wasn't a great speaker.
Right.
That's why Aaron had to speak for him. And Moses probably, he was like, I had a homeboy, stutter like a song, boy. But he must start singing. Not wasn't making a stutter. Moses did his stutter, but when he spoke to Moses, he went up there to let my people. No, Moses was bold. He studied yesterday, but today now he's speaking for the Most High. He was like, let my people go. That's right. But that's all I had on that. Faith is, what I was getting to the point, faith is doing the work of the Most High. It ain't just, that's why he said faith is the same thing. And when he's reading these scriptures, that's what he's telling you. Faith is the same thing. The faith that you said you have, meaning you're doing what I told you to do. Right. And you know that what I told you to do, you got to have faith in order to do what he told you to do. So when they lying, when they saying, I got faith in the Most High, you cannot have faith in the Most High. That's a lie. And I'm going to tell you, that's a lie. Because the faith in the Most High meaning I do what the Most High tell me to do. Because I got faith that what he said for us to do is the truth. So, man, go ahead.
That's right. Let's go back to James 1. Get 25, like verse 25.
Verse 25. Book of James, chapter 1, verse 25. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty,
the perfect what?
Law of liberty, and continue therein,
and continue it, endure, because that's what we got to do, endure it to the end.
He being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work.
But a doer of the work.
This man shall be blessed in his deed.
So this man will be blessed in his deeds if you're not being just a hearer of the word, but being a doer and enduring it to the end. You know, continuously doing. That's what the scripture said. You will be blessed in your deed, in your works. You will have a blessing coming within what you are doing, man. Like we know, we working for the Most High, man. So we know that our reward will come later, man. You understand? So we always got to understand that. We don't care about what man is saying or how man feel about us. You know the reward is going to come at the end. You know what I'm saying? We know who we're working for.
That's right.
So he'll be blessed in his deeds, man. Let's go to Matthew 7, chapter 7, verse 20.
The book of Matthew, chapter 7 and verse 20. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them.
By their works. Yeah, you gonna know them, brothers. You gonna know them, the real prophets right there. They out there putting in that work. Rain, sleet, sunshine, hurricane come. I don't know about the hurricane yet, but you know, you gonna know them by their fruits, by how they work. That's what the Most High telling us, man. I'm gonna know mine, because mine gonna put that work in for me. Mine gonna be out there, ain't gonna get no excuse. Oh, well, I don't like how them brothers talking. I can't get with the camp. Oh, them brothers down and women. I can't get. He gonna know his, because his gonna put that work in for him.
And they say down in the women. It ain't us down in the women.
That's what
it's the Bible.
That's right.
So like I'll be man, like this, if you got a problem with that, take it up with the Most High.
Yeah,
it's a difference between somebody speaking their own words and what the Bible say. If they read it at the Bible, then the Bible say what it say. Because just like when it's talking about us, this Bible talk about the man way more than they talk about the woman. Can never imagine. But the thing is, like I said, man, it's when it's coming out to the Bible, hey, it is what it is, man.
That's right.
And I'm gonna tell y'all women this too. I heard a dude saying that the other day. Man, I'm tired of these people saying, these women need to learn in silence. I'm like, these men ain't saying that. The Bible, they just repeat what the Bible say.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, that man's a homemonger.
Mm-hmm.
All he's trying to do is soften you up. That's the same Negro that was macking in the club, as you kept telling, leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
Same one. He's just calling himself an Israelite now, using the same tactic.
That's right.
And going against the Bible. And a lot of women fall for it because they be still on this old women feminist stuff. And they fall for, oh yeah, see, he for us. Well, he just, that means you against God and he against the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all better check yourself when it comes to that, man. Now, it don't, like I said, faith. You just need to believe, do what the Most High say do. And all of it, what you think, what you don't like about it, it'll work out because you got faith. And all you're going to put behind it is doing what the Bible tells you to do. I don't care what your role is. If he told me to be a roach, I'm going to be a roach. And I'm going to do whatever roaches do because that's what he told me to do.
Right, because you know your reward. And let's see what that example about that example you just gave. Let's see about that, brother. Read 21 out.
Verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Like you said, and like 20 said, he said, where by their fruits you shall know them. He gonna know you by your work. So that brother out there that's trying to be a sweet talker, trying to kiss up, trying to get to women. Yeah, everybody that say Lord, Lord, they still not gonna get into the kingdom, you know, because his actions are not lining up with what the Bible's telling them to do. Now, I can't believe y'all keep telling women to learn the side. Well, then you going against the Bible, and all the women that's with you on your team. Well, guess what? They going against the Bible too. Even though y'all in friends, even though you got your hair wrapped, even though this brother in friends, even though he trying to do whatever he's trying to do to get into the kingdom, hey, he will know they will by their fruit. You should know them by their works, man. By their works of how they doing the law, keeping the law. That's good. That's a heavy, man. Give me 1 Corinthians 15.
Hold up, Bob. Let me we're gonna stay right there where we're at. We're gonna jump up to verse 17 right here. We're gonna grab some more meat off of that, man. The book of Matthew, chapter 7, and verse 17. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruits. So guess what? He's saying the man is known by his fruits or by his labor. So guess what? If he bringeth forth corrupt labor, guess what he gonna have?
Corrupt fruits.
Corrupt fruits. And he gonna put this same corrupt fruit inside other people, man.
Right.
But let's get that right quick. Go to the fruit of the spirits. Yeah, get that. Because a lot of times, I'm gonna show you what people think about those. They think when we out there jumping around and telling our people that what's name. Oh no, see y'all ain't got no fruit. Why? Because I told you not the way you wanted me to tell you, but I told you anyway. But read that. Where you at?
Galatians 5:22.
Good. You see, that's what happens when you got somebody else with you.
Right. Come. Perfect example.
The book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 22. But the fruits of the spirit is love.
Love. That's what we do. We're showing you love. We're telling you to come to this light. Go back to God's law, statutes, and commandments. But everybody still want to always, well, see, y'all don't got no love because you out here yelling. I don't care if I told you with a goddamn bullhorn. Right. I'm telling you, go back to God's law, statutes, and that is love.
That's right.
Squash what you talking about. It ain't forget your gushy feeling that comes from your deceitful mind. It's love. Go ahead.
Joy
because of the fact of the matter, the scriptures that we trying to bring you to joy, because you done tried everything in this world, and you got a job, and you calling yourself happy and joy. You don't know joy yet till you come to these laws, statutes, and commandments, and know you got a protection of the Most High. Man, that's joy. Go ahead. Right.
Peace.
That's when your mind can be at peace. Not the fact of the matter. See, they want us to, like a voice, they want us to get out there and talk good to the so-called white man. And that's why they call it. See, that's peace. No, peace amongst our brothers.
That's right.
That's the peace we be talking about. We the one that's not having peace. They peaceful.
That's right.
They going to Stars game. Filling the Cowboy Stadium up.
Right.
We got to win a ticket on the radio station even to go there. But that's peaceful. When we going back and I got peace with my brother. I don't hate my brother no more.
Right.
That's peace. Go ahead.
Long suffering.
Because we going through some long suffering. Some of y'all try to get out these suffering so they ain't gonna find, but then that's fruit of the spirit.
That's right.
So quit crying because you're going through some stuff. We supposed to.
Because the Lord chastises who he
Yeah,
loves.
exactly. Go ahead.
Gentleness.
Gentleness, man. I gotta, hey, man, I know you did wrong. That's like when he was talking about, I'll tell you did wrong, but I still come behind and say, I'm glad you stopped, man. Man, be a good cheer, man. Yeah, brother. Give another hug. Get a sister, hey, sister, I'm glad you stopped. Hey, sister, I'm good. I know I was hard on you, but I'm good. You good. That's gentleness towards our people, not everybody else. Go ahead. See, that's the thing about it. See, they want us to be all of these fruit of the spirit towards other nations. Nope.
No.
That's towards our people, our own people. Go ahead.
Faith.
And which is now you forgot a couple of them.
No, goodness.
Gentleness.
Gentleness.
Goodness towards my brother. I'm not gonna try to get over on my brother. I'm not gonna try to get over on the other tribes, my kinfolks. I'm not gonna try to. Yeah, I bought this for $2, but I'm gonna sell it to you for a good price of $99.99. Man, I can get it at the store for $4. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to get over on your people. That's goodness. Hey, brother, need some help. Hey, man, I ain't got much, but here you go. I'm not using this. So here you go. That's the goodness that he's talking about. Go ahead.
Faith.
And the faith is what he's talking about right now. Faith is the word. Faith is putting in the work and believing that the Most High, if I do what the Most High say, I got faith that everything he said he gonna do in this Bible is gonna come to pass, right? That's faith. And that's all I had on that one. Now go ahead, we ain't finished.
Meekness.
Yeah, keep yourself humble.
Temperance. Against such there is no law.
Temperance against such there is no law. And that we gotta have good temperance towards our people. We ain't got all the time ready to bash them on their head. That, I promise you, that's something I got to work on. Because, boy, I'll be ready to kick them in their throat. Every time, I'm like, golly. But like he said, man, just leave the fools alone.
Man, and all this, it's not just even out on the curb, man. That's our everyday walk. You know, I take an example of me in my own household. Sometimes, shoot, I work, man. Look at Esau been hell on me all day long, man. Shit, I come in my mouth full of rocks. Got rocks out like my pop used to say, rocks in your jaw. Me mad, man. Sitting around here because oppression makes a wise man, man.
Right. And that last one, where it said 23, where it says against there is no law. Ain't no law against me loving my brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Ain't no law against me having faith. Ain't no law against me being meek, humbling myself.
Right.
Just do it. Ain't no law against it, but it's laws for it.
That's right.
That's good. That's heavy, man. Appreciate that. Give me 1 Corinthians 15, verse 58. I'm not a Christian, know this one, man. You know what I'm saying? I sang in the choir, so I kind of remember this one a little bit. You understand? But I didn't know what it meant.
I stood in the choir too. I'm way at the back.
I didn't know what it meant though.
I was not singing. Look, I went what is that? I went Isaiah 58:1 in the choir.
Crying aloud.
I was crying to do that. As small as a man, I killed that.
Yeah, man.
Knowing, boy, man, I was not a crack up. Everybody going.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 58. Mm-hmm. Therefore, my beloved, therefore, my beloved brethren.
My who?
My beloved brethren.
Man, that's us, man, in this nation, man, our people.
Be ye steadfast. Unmovable. Always abounding in the work of the Lord.
Always ready for this work for the Most High. Don't let nobody knock you off your train of thought, off your line, man. Cause like we always brought the scripture out, you got the rushing waters on the left, and you got the fire on the right. So don't let nobody knock you off that path, man. You got to stay straight, keep the course. You understand? Be steadfast, unmovable, always abound. Like I say, this is an everyday walk when you at work, not just in classrooms tonight, not just on them streets teaching, but your everyday work, man. Be ready for the work of the Most High, man. You always got to have the work of the Most High on your mind, 24/7. It said, be steadfast, unmoved, always abound. I always think about this work.
Mhm.
I always thinking, how can you get better and pushing this work, be getting better, and being a better servant of the Most High, being a worker.
And that's another thing, man. You got that straight and very, very narrow path. You got the water on one side and the fire on the other. Ain't no time for that telephone.
All right,
Because people running in the walls on the big old highway
man.
on the cell phone. So you ain't got time to be trying to walk this walk always on that cell phone. You got to get off that phone and look at where you're going, because you step one step to the wrong direction, both way of destruction.
That's right.
And that's the gift that destroyed the heart anyway.
Mhm.
That's the modern day gift that destroyed the heart, man. They craftiness of their devices
Mhm.
destroyed the heart of a lot of our people, man. Like I say, people hit the wall, people run into it. Man, look here. This is some of the worst traffic I've ever been in my life. I'll tell you how good this morning, man.
Mhm.
And you know what? You have to calm yourself down, man, and be in the spirit at all times, man.
Right.
You got to keep yourself in the spirit, man.
Yeah, boy, because I'm trying to tell you, I run you off the road. I didn't play. That's one thing I did correct. I mean, I fuss a little bit, but not like I used to. So I know the Most High dealing with me, because, like I said, I was got in my way.
Mm-hmm.
I still need work.
Read verse 58 again, man.
Therefore, my brethren, my beloved brethren,
Mhm.
be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord.
He said sometime.
Always abounding in the work of the Lord.
Do good for a couple of months, then take off.
Always abounding in the work of the Lord.
Man, that is key right there, because a lot of times brothers is not consistent in this truth, man.
That's
You know, brothers got to stay steadfast, unmovable, man, because if you are movable in this truth, guess what? It's just like you should have never even known this truth, man. The Most High don't want no part-time Israelite, man.
Right.
I know the Most High, I know that burns him up, man, when brothers is out there, man. And you wonder why brothers instead of getting afflicted, man, because you playing with the Most High God when you do those types of things, man. So you have to stay consistent in this truth, man.
And that's just like I was telling brother this week. It's better for you to have not known than for you to know to go back to your vomit up.
For real.
Yeah, this guy was going off. He was going, I'm not going to mention the camp, but he was talking, the people was coming out of another camp, and he was like, man, and he got on mine out of everybody on the thing. He got on mine saying, so why ain't you out there putting in the work and this and that? And I said, man, I haven't missed a Sabbath day and going out on the street, no high holiday in the last 4 years. Never heard from that brother again.
That's right.
That man was like, dang. He was like, oh, okay, all right.
That brother moved. That brother steadfast.
That's right.
That brother always. I said always right there. 4 years, man. That still ain't always.
And we
4 years,
ain't 4 years we ain't did nothing. We just scratched the surface.
Just want to say that ain't nothing, man. It ain't nothing not to talk down on, man, because I've been in this thing going on 2 years, but that ain't
You ain't
nothing.
talking bad, you telling the truth.
Enduring. We got to endure to the end, man. Because like I said, if you unmovable, you might go with anywhere in the doctrine. You unmovable, you might be lukewarm in the Lord. Hey, lukewarm. Like you said, you better not know it. Why you know these laws and then want to be half-stepping with me? Why you know my judgment and you want to be playing with me like I want? You know what I'm saying?
And that's heavy right there. I'm glad you know the Most High judgments that you still playing, man.
Tempt the Lord thy God.
Hey,
That's
serious stuff right there.
And you know what they do? Instead of searching the scriptures to keep showing how they can improve and do most of the Most High God law, they'll search the scriptures to try to see how they can get out of the
Man, that is so true.
Try to find, hold on. I know it's something going against that. No, if you read it right there and over there, shut up. That's it.
Right.
That's what it is.
To witness.
Yes, leave it alone. Do it. Just do it. Do what they say in the Bible. Don't try to find nothing else. And that's what I found a lot of Israelites do. Hold on, I don't like that. So let me find the scripture. Go against what they just said.
Yeah, you gonna try to find the excuse scripture or find the scripture to try to confine it. And I mean, they'll dig deeper than try to confine you and dig deeper trying to get some knowledge.
That's right.
Come on, brother.
What is that one about it? He full of excuses? What's that scripture?
Let's get finishes out right quick.
Yeah,
The next part.
Yeah, this is that.
It's
This is it. That's the key. The whole
For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
you know that your work, man, this work that you put in, it's not in vain. Like I always say, and I will always reiterate this, man. We're trying to get to that kingdom, man. We're trying to get that penny, man. And you know that your work won't go in vain with the Lord, man. He's always brought us out of these situations. Always brought us out of Egypt. Had us win wars that we knew we weren't supposed to win. You know, the prophecy in this Bible lets you know that your work will not be in vain, man. Like we always say, you're working for the Lord. You're not working for no slave master, Mr. Johnson, or nothing like that. Worried about what his judgment. You worried about the judgment of the Most High.
And what the Bible say, what the Most High said, prove ye me.
That's right.
You know, prove me that I'm wrong. Prove
Right.
me, tell it. Because he like, man, well, he ain't gonna question none of that. He gonna, if he do us like, why you do that? Well, it says right here. You know, I'm just testing you, I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know. That's what it is. Hey, it ain't gonna be in vain. It ain't gonna be in vain. You ain't gotta worry about it. Well, they told me I can't do this. No, it ain't gonna be in vain. Go ahead and put them fringes on, go on to work.
Yeah.
They're gonna do sometime. In fact, I give you favor at the job.
So you know, because you know, yeah, somebody gonna.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. Because like we said, for as much as you know your labor, man, your work, it won't be in vain, y'all. We ought to have one mind, one goal. We ought to be one sign. Like I said, one band, one sign. We ought to be one. Everybody ought to know what we're doing. Oh, we're trying to get to the king. You ought to know that out the muscle, man. That should be your daily walk in this scripture, man, in this truth that you know you're trying to get ready to get to that kingdom, man. And just maybe, just hopefully the Lord can be able to use you, man. We want him to use us, man. We don't want to go by doing this in vain. That's what being unmoved. That's what being movable to do. It'll get you in vain. It'll have your works in vain. That's what being lukewarm will do. It'll have your works in vain. Because now you don't know. You know the judgment, but now you teeter-totter. You know what I'm saying? You tipping on that lake, man. We can't be there. We got to get out that thing. What's the song? Don't push us because we close to the edge. Man, our sins have reached the heavens, man.
That's right.
We can't be too. We ain't too far away from that edge, brothers and sisters. So we got to come on, man, and know that our work won't be in vain. What we trying to do, what we trying to get to. Anybody? You have some? Give me Romans. Give me Romans 2:12.
The book of Romans, chapter 2 and verse 12. As many as have sinned without law shall also perish without law. As many have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law.
Man. Keep reading. Go to 13.
For not the hearers of the law are
wait a minute. Rewind that.
I know it.
Rewind that. Go back up there, because that's one of them Christianites.
Yeah, I know.
That's one of their little things. They thinking that they free when they hear that. Read
I
that
know
again.
for as many as have sinned without the law shall also perish without the law.
Yeah, because you know people go sin. They sin without knowing the law,
Right.
and they gonna die.
That's right.
You're gonna die. Simple and plain as that. I mean, we all know the majority. Well, not everybody gonna die, but the majority of the way life going, you live and you die. That's right. Go ahead.
See, the thing is, the key to that verse, we're going to jump up one more verse to get the whole context.
Go ahead.
Verse 11, for there is no respecter of persons with God, for many as have sinned without the law.
The ones who didn't know the law, the judgment coming on them. And go ahead.
Shall also perish without the law. And as many as have sinned in the law,
the ones who know the law,
shall be judged by the law.
Shall be judged by the law. He said, ain't no respect to neither one of them. The ones that don't know the law and act like they don't want to get the law, they gonna get judged. The ones that know the law, they gonna get judged too. Ain't no respect to person.
And the precept today is Hosea 4:6. Man, my people gonna perish for the lack of
knowledge.
That's right. That's right. Go to 13 for me. We're gonna come right back to it.
Verse 13, for not the hearers of the law are justified before God, but the doers of the law shall be justified.
But the action, putting action doing the law shall be justified. So how will we be judged? When the God come back and judge us, how is he judging? Let's go to Revelation.
Okay, before you go there, let me let me explain that one from that. That's that verse 12. But go ahead where you had started on 13 and see, because the Christians will stop at 12.
Yeah.
They'll stop right there.
Mhm.
And the very next verse explain, and for not the hearers of the law are just before the God, but the doers of the law shall be justified. Because just because people, I hear the law, I got faith. But if you ain't do the law, those are the ones going to be justified.
That's right.
That's showing you don't have no faith.
Yeah, because they read verse 12 and the tambourine start playing.
Yeah, boy, and the feet get to stomping and they get to slapping people in the face and make them hit the floor.
For real. Let's go to Revelations 20 and 12 and 13. See how we will be judged, man.
The book of Revelation, chapter 20 and verse 12.
Yeah, you started
Verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open.
And the what?
And the books were open.
And the books were open.
And this is on Judgment Day.
That's right.
And the other book was open.
So there's two books open.
Read that again.
And another.
And another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works.
According to their works.
That's why they got scale and balance. You're supposed to have that's how that scale got to be. They got the
book of life.
There you
and
go.
You got the book of the law. So you finna be judged from these two books. You got how you lived your life and how you put this work in, and we're gonna match it up with the book of the law. So that's why I'm telling you, when we go back to Romans 2 and 12 and 13, yeah, you said Christians are so trying to jump up out of that thing. Oh yeah, man, we good. We ain't under the law. We ain't know. You right. But we gonna get judged by the law. So if you ain't did the law, then you know where your destination is. Come on, so right.
That's right.
Because if that scale not balanced,
so
if that scale not balanced, and when that book should open up right here, and there's only on a scale over here.
That's right.
If that scale is not balanced, if that your life is, and this is all up here, you ain't making it. When that scale come to balance, I mean, you did what this Bible say do.
Lined up perfectly.
That scale will come like that.
And that's another thing too. Guess what? Most are not gonna let you die ignorant in this truth. That's why they have us out there on those corners. This truth is gonna reach everybody. It's just all on you. You choose life or you choose death.
It's on you. 8 and 3, yeah.
Go ahead,
and that's right. We can go back to Romans 3 and 2 and 12, 13. We just read 13 again. But yeah, you Christians that's trying to tap dance around that. Oh yeah, they just said it. Yeah, we just let you know you will be judged by the law, the book of the law. You're gonna open up two books, man. How you lived your life and according to the law.
And that's crazy. I'll make a good point, because that's what a lot of Christians, that's what a lot of people in the church say. Oh man, the law is done away with. So when Judgment Day comes, then how you get judged?
Yeah, exactly. You man,
how you get
that is crucial. That's why I wanted to go right to that, man, next, because it just lined up right with the perfect.
And he's not gonna read half the book.
Right.
No, he's not.
It's gonna be the Bible from the beginning to the end. And so all of them that if you believe in the New Testament, you already false balance. Right. If all you is the Old Testament only, you already in false balance. Because you thinking, yeah, mine even. Until he put the whole book on there, now it ain't even no more. You were looking at, yeah, I would match it with that half of it. But no, he's using the whole book. You're gonna be trying to get out. No, don't put the whole book on there. No. What you doing with the New Testament? I thought that was false.
Psalm 40 said, "Lo, I come in the volume
of
the book."
That's not false. That's not false. And then these what you call them now? These the New Testament only Christian Israelites. Whoa! What you doing? You put that bottom book. We don't need that. We don't need that.
What you doing? What you got that out for?
I came in the volume of the book, like Doc said. Yeah, we do need that. You didn't want that, but we're gonna see if let's see if you line up with it now.
Yeah, for real. Let's jump over to Romans 3 and 20.
The book of Romans, chapter 3 and verse 20. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin.
That's the only way you know if you ain't seen it.
That's right.
Sin is the transgression of the law.
I'm glad you bringing these out because you was ripping these Christianites up, and that's what they're doing because that's one of these scriptures that they use. Right
Exactly.
there. Man, and you just broke it down. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there should no flesh be justified.
In his sight.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. For by the law is the knowledge of sin. So you don't even know you're in sin
If you
until you don't look up the law.
come.
So
Because how many times we thought before we got in this truth, oh man, I'm a good brother.
exactly.
I'm a good brother, man. I'm not out here I'm not killing my brother. I'm not out here doing this. I'm not doing that. Yeah, you really are, man.
Yeah.
You really don't know that you are because until I found the law, I found out that I was sincere.
Exactly. And brothers be good thinking that they good. They like, well, I broke up with her and I'm gone to this other girl. Yeah, brother, when you look in this Bible, you realize you hoeing.
That's right.
You hoeing your sisters
That's
out.
right.
So stop it. That's what the Bible tells you. No, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of time, but we was good brothers though. I was good to her though. And I was good to her.
Right.
And I was good to her. But to the Most High, you was a hoe.
Exactly.
At point blank. That's right.
Matter of fact, man, let me get a precept on that right quick. 1 Corinthians 55 and 56. It says, the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 55. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory?
Mm-hmm.
The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. So no matter where you go, man, the law gonna be there, man.
That's right.
It's gonna be there. You can't run from the judgment of God, man. That's his law, man. It's no way. It's like you living in this corrupt system. You can't get away from Esau's law.
That's right.
Guess what? You could go to jail, and guess what? It still catch a murder case. It still catch a dope charge.
That's right.
You can't run from Esau's law, man. So guess what? The Most High God's law, you cannot run from Most High God's law.
Read that again.
The book, the verse 56. The sting of death is sin.
The sting of death is sin. So when you sin in that brain, the wages of sin is death.
That's right.
All right, now finish. Go ahead.
And the strength of sin is the law.
The strength of sin. The way you gonna get out of that?
By
keeping the Most
That's
High.
right. That's where he is. In and out. That's the door to walk in and out.
That's a great
It's only one way to get in this door, through the law. You can come back, you can get out the door through the law. You can get in the door through the law.
Because that actually telling you the strength over this sin. Because the wages of sin is death. How you escape death? Because it's talking about that the steam. That's that burning pit, that lake of fire. How you escape that? Keeping these laws.
That's right.
That's right.
That's your strength away from sin. That's how you push away from sin. You push away from sin. And then like he just brought out, you got to know the law to know that you in sin. So when people out there telling you law, don't be, if you read out the Bible, you might not have to listen to what he said, but when if you read that scripture, pull out your Bible. It's the same thing. You're like, okay, I do need to know that. I don't like him. But that law.
I don't like you.
But that law is the law. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. Because I always say out there on the streets when I'm teaching that these so-called Edomites, these so-called white folk, they actually think they can be God. But guess what? Yeah, these so-called Christians and these pastors think they can be God too by trying to twist up these words, man. By trying to say that we under only grace. We ain't under no law. I seen the pastor on Facebook the other day say the devil wants you to keep the law. Said it twice, man. Yeah, the devil just wants you to keep the law.
Yeah, that was. I know that's Creflo.
Yeah, that was Creflo. No, it was another brother. This is not. This was Creflo. Probably piggyback off Creflo. Yeah, man, that's wicked, man. Y'all trying to be God in his judgment. Come on, man.
Let's go kill that right there. Romans chapter 6 and verse 15, man. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law but under grace? God forbid.
God forbid.
Hell to the law.
Yeah, hell to the law. No.
Read that again, verse 15.
What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law?
See, that's where, hold up, stop right there, because that's what Christians say that they got us to, but that's talking about the law of sacrifice. Right? That's what we are no longer under. Read on out.
But under grace,
we under grace because, like we always bring out, with certain sins you could not be forgiven for.
That's right. They was
But now through Christ, guess what? We have a chance to be forgiven for everything.
That's
Go ahead,
right.
God forbid.
Yeah, man, I always say that. That's crucial. Man, brothers bringing out some heavy precepts, man. We have always had to work, though. Let's go all the way back to Genesis, man. I'm going to touch Genesis and I'm going to get up out of there. I'm going to touch it, I'm going to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to play with it too much, but I just want to show y'all that we always been having to work, man. God always wanted us to work, man. Since this world, since he formed this world and created this earth, we've always had to work. Let's go to Genesis 2, verse 15.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 15. And the Lord God took man and put him into the garden. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it.
So, you know, yeah, the Garden of Eden was beautiful. You know, God made it. He made it what he made it for. It was plentiful. It was beautiful. But he still put the man in that garden to dress it and to keep it. We always had to work, man. From the beginning of the time, that's what we tell brothers. You got to work. Salvation ain't given to you. You got to work for this thing, man. You got to put in work to get that salvation, man. This is not handed to you.
And from, like I said from the beginning, let's go Genesis 1. Let's go further than that. Genesis 1 and 1, man. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. See, that's work right there. He created.
That's what I'm gonna say. So if God worked himself, you think you finna get out this thing without working? Man, stop it, man. He said he was labor 6 days, made this world in 6 days, and rested on the 7th. You better be trying to work, get you some work in on those 6 days, and make sure you rest on that 7th as well.
You know, we got the Israelites, man, that have gotten in this truth. That's the same people that get to work. They get to work late, 2 hours late. Soon as they get to work, they mad. Man, I'm supposed to be on break. You know, they're looking for a break already. Man, you already 2 hours late. You know what I'm saying? Then you want a break already?
Don't worry about no break. Man.
And then and them the same ones that they Israelites and know they Israelites. And guess what they do? They break their neck, and some of them break their neck to get the Esau job. But guess what? They won't come to class like they supposed to come, though. They ain't coming out to do the work like the Lord told them to do, though. But for Esau, oh, man, I got to get this bread, man. You know what I'm saying? Guess what, man? You gonna fall by the sword, man.
Right.
Because guess what, man? You choosing to work over man, over than God, man.
That's right.
When you came into the truth, guess what, man? You look here, man. When you woke up, when the Most High God allowed you to work up, you signed up for a job bigger than what you expected.
That's right.
And you got to continue to endure to the end.
That's right.
Go ahead, huh?
Let's jump to Matthew 22 and 9, man. Common scripture among us. Which I know I was talking to a good friend on Facebook and I hit him with this scripture. And some female said, that's not what that means. That's not what that means. It's in red letters, it's blatant. We're going to read down a little bit and see if it's not what it means.
The book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 9. Go ye therefore into the highway, and as many as ye shall find, be it to the marriage.
Now we're going to Facebook.
As many as ye shall find, be it to the marriage.
Now we're going to Twitter.
As many as ye shall find, be it to the marriage.
So he commanded us to go out to these highways and byways and try to get our people, man, because where you think the most people that our people need help the most, man? These people in church, they say they found, okay, well, you be found with that wash down doctrine. But we got to go out to these streets and get our people because they lost out here, man. He commanded us to go out to these streets. So what did the servants do though after he told us that?
So those servants went out into the highway.
What did they do?
They went out into the highway.
They were commanded to go out there, and that's what they did. It's blatant scripture. Like this female talking, that ain't what that mean. Well, what does it mean? Because after he said go to the highways and the byways, the next verse says, so those servants went out into the highways. And what did they do?
And gathered together all as many as they found, both good and bad. And the wedding was furnished with guests.
Man, because you know we're gonna have some wicked brothers out there that just ain't gonna want to get down with this truth.
The wheat and the tares.
But you still go get your judgment day. You still go get ready for that wedding day, that marriage is coming up.
Exactly.
And you go get your judgment that day. So you always had to put in work, man. We always had to work.
And that's heavy what I brought out, man, because that's plain and simple. Christ gave a commandment, man.
Right.
That's what that is, man, for us to go out there and wake up our people, man. That's just plain and simple. I'm like you, man. That's verbatim, man.
What does it say then? I'm like, what?
We gotta keep reading it down because it's even.
That's why I say you can keep reading. We gonna read it down. Go ahead.
Because they don't want it to say that. That's what people,
Yeah.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to be that. And then they use that, well, everything can be interpreted. No, it can't. And then I mean something so blatantly. If I call you,
man.
if I'll be like, Yari. And then you turn and say, huh? No, that ain't what I meant. Yeah. I meant Jeremiah is what I meant. When I said that, I was like, no, you said Yari. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. Golly, it's just that simple.
Yeah, that's big. Because a lot of brothers and sisters, they all that. When you got your own interpretation, well, come on, y'all.
Then, you know, but when you're asking their interpretation, they won't give it to you.
Nah.
They just tell you
Yours
yours
is
is
wrong.
wrong.
Come on,
But theirs, they can't. They won't interpret it though. I noticed that. I was like,
yeah.
Well, then you tell me what it means.
Like I always do out in the street. Well, I'm gonna give you the mic and you break down the scripture then, since I don't know what it's saying. You tell me what it's saying.
See, but no, that ain't what it said. I don't give a damn what you talking about.
And then what's so bad about it, they be begging for the mic. But when you tell them that, when you break this down,
they don't want no parts of it.
I don't even want the mic.
Because you know you go confound yourself. You go confound yourself.
Verse 11. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not a wedding garment. And he said unto him, Friend, how comest in hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless.
So this brother's still in sin, still not obeying these laws, still want to go against everything that we're trying to give him the truth. And Lord, how you get up in here with all this sin on you, man? Okay, got something for that.
Then said the king to the servant, Bind him hand and feet and foot.
Tie him up. It ain't no robbery, but
Yes. It's judgment day, and they working right now.
That's right.
They put the work in right now. Right. He said, bind this man hand and foot.
Put that work in.
Go on, put the work in. Go ahead.
And then let's get another precept, because you know we're gonna want to go precept. That wedding garment is talking about the commandments. Man.
Right.
They ain't talking about no literal wedding gown for sisters and brothers, man. To put on your best, put on the best commandments, man. Give me Psalms 32 and 9 right quick. I'm giving it back to the office.
The book of Psalms, chapter 32 and verse 9. Be ye not as the
Psalms 132 and 9.
Oh, we thought you said 32. Oh man,
That was
32.
The book of Psalms, chapter 132 and verse 9. Let thy priests be clothed with righteousness.
With what?
With righteousness.
And we know that righteousness is the keeping of God's commandments according to Deuteronomy 6:22. So he's telling you, be clothed with God's laws. Read on up.
And let thy saints shout for joy.
Go ahead, huh?
God, that's heavy. Like we say, we want to always take all that meat off that bone and give you the true edification. That's what these classes are for, man. For our people to get the understanding, man. If you kind of go against it, you just can't. Because precept going to be upon precept. And when you see 2 or 3 folds of these precepts coming out with it, how can you keep denying this truth?
Because let me get full 2. I just want 2 before we burn out. First, I need Psalms 1 and 3. This is the tree that do the law, statutes, and commandments. Psalms 1 verse 3.
The book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, bringing forth his fruit in his season. His leaves also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
That's what happens when you obeying the Most High. Now let me go to Jeremiah 17 and 6. This is what these other people do. This is the other plant.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 6.
Because you remember Yahweh Shai, I always use them plants. You remember when he was telling you, when he was saying, man, because y'all curse that plant ain't producing nothing. Go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 6. For he shall be like the heat in the desert.
That's the plant. Go ahead.
And shall not see when good coming.
No, they don't see when good coming. We be out there trying to teach them. They calling us evil. Oh man, y'all evil. Nah, this is good that just came to you. We just trying to get you to the kingdom.
That's right.
What you think? You just so special, and you are that special for us to get out there on them streets and cold as all I know to tell you, man, the Most High love you. He just wants you to come back to these laws that just come out. Go ahead.
And but shall inhabit the parched place
Mhm.
in the wilderness,
Mhm.
in a salt land and not inhabited.
You ain't never gonna grow. You're gonna be out there. You Facebook Israelites want to be by yourself. That's what you're gonna be. You're on a desert in a parched land. Ain't nobody else out there. You ain't nobody gonna be around you. So when that man, y'all better get up and get into this truth, man. Gather amongst your brothers and get around each other so y'all can correct each other in faith in the Most High. That means putting in the work of the Most High.
And like we always say, we got to continue to touch on this point, man. All camps are not bad.
That's
man.
right.
Mm-mm.
You try the spirit. Go through the scriptures. Make sure that they lining up with what the scriptures say. Try the spirit. Prove a friend. Prove a bishop. Prove an officer. Prove members in the congregation, man. We got to be that same way in camps as well as with brothers and sisters in this walk too. Make sure that they lining up, and that's how you make an educated choice.
And let me point this out too. Like I said, all camps ain't bad, but you got to understand this too, man. We always talk about the people that's not it's not in other camps, but we got to talk about the camps too. The ones that's going out here and they making people have their mind state about being in the camp. Guess what? You got to come about it too. Because if you in your own wickedness and not doing thus said the Lord, if you ain't lining up with this Bible, then you are. Yeah, guess what, partner? You now you making our people, leading our people to sin.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna be judged. You're gonna be judged according to those works too.
That's right.
Yeah. And that's another thing I want to emphasize. And like he said, all camps ain't bad. And everybody in every camp, even if the camp is wicked, that don't mean that the whole congregation is wicked.
Right.
Some of them just lost and misguided right now. And sooner or later, y'all gotta understand, the Most High is in control of all that.
That's right.
Because sometimes it take a while for somebody to come out. I mean, sometimes they don't see it or they don't want to see it because they enjoying what they just learned. So the fact of the matter is, they think that, hey, I'll be this low, the Most High. But then when the Most High correct them on that, they'll probably come out the camp. But they don't mean everybody in the camp is bad. And all, like he said, all camps ain't bad. So that's all I have.
Man, that's right. And like brothers bringing out heavy points, man. You know, don't miss your blessing by not getting this work in, putting your work in for the Most High. Because you don't like one brother, or because you don't like one camp, or because you don't like this and that. Hey, man, put that to the side and get this work in that you got to get for the Most High, man. In order to receive your blessings, man. Let's go to you got something?
Yeah, I just want to point this out because what the scripture say, it said the work is plenty, but the labors are few. Because everybody don't want to get out there and do the work, man. Everybody don't want to get out there and do the work, man.
That's heavy for real. It's a lot of work out here to be done. like I said earlier, man, we need some subs, man. Get in the game. Help us shoot some shots, man. Help us run some, you know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it in turn and not even turn, but help us get out here, man. We need help out here. We 5 against many, man. 6, 7 against many.
No doubt, because everybody be talking about Michael Jordan the GOAT. Let Michael Jordan have got on that floor without them other 4 people.
Yeah, that's true. And I was one of them brothers used to say that.
And see if he would have won the game.
Me and this truth now, yeah, you're right, man. You're totally right, man.
Because soon as he'd have picked his dribble at 92 foot from the goal, he done.
He
You know
done.
what I'm saying? He finna get.
I'm in 92 for the
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
It ain't gonna work. It takes everybody to do the
Yeah,
work.
for real. That's why it's plenty of work. There's plenty of work out here to be done. Like I just said, man, we just don't got no workers, man. We're gonna keep putting it in though, because we know what we're trying to get to. Let's go to Proverbs 16:3. We almost out here, man.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 3. Verse 2. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the
I'm
spirit.
glad you started it too. Say that again.
All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes.
In his own eyes. Yeah, you clean. Like we said before we was in this truth, yeah, man. I was a good dude. At least I thought I was. In my own eyes. Isaiah 55, when they say, for my thoughts ain't your thoughts. So we got to start thinking like the Most High, man. And not thinking in our own eyes. Yeah, in our own eyes, we thought we were good. Thought we were some good brothers and sisters. But the Lord weighed the spirits, man.
And then they don't even go look in the Bible to go find out when they try to correct themselves. What they do is go find a YouTube page that agree with their lifestyle. And whatever their YouTube said, he said that. I'm good. And I'll be like, what you posting on a YouTube page for? Post me the scripture. Show me the scripture. What I need to see. I don't need the YouTube page.
Because in judgment day, you ain't gonna be saying, well, Lord, man, I wasn't killing nobody. I wasn't doing. He wearing that spirit out. You can't say, oh, I was good in my eyes. Your eyes ain't nothing. Come on, man. We gotta get up out there, man. Oh, I feel. I know the Bible. Oh, the Bible thus said the Lord. That's what you ought to start saying. So y'all arguing with us. If you say thus said the Lord, we might hear you out. Well, let's hear what you got. Let's go scripture for scripture then. Let's see if we can get confounded in these scriptures then. But when as soon as you say, oh, I feel, you just messed up, man.
Yeah.
You just what?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you done messed up, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know you done messed up. As soon as you say that out your mouth, you just messed up, man.
And speaking on eyes, man, so it was a while ago. I was 2015 in one eye. Man, I never in my life thought I was counting them eyes. I got great eyes, profit of the great eyes.
Yeah.
Well, I got these reading glasses right now, and probably got to step up to some real glasses. So, like he said, forget what your eyes think you see. Right? You better get in the Bible, see what the Most High see.
Go on, finish it. I go to 3 for me.
Verse 3. Commit thy works unto the Lord.
Commit thy works, man. Put that work into the Lord, man. Show him. We doing this for him. We're not doing this for man. That's where the advantage come in, man. That's where we get into all that other stuff, man. Arrogance and pride. Commit the works into the Lord. And what else?
And thy thoughts shall be established.
Yeah, you go get the true understanding of where to go, what's right, what's wrong, how things will be done. You will have clear mind and clear thoughts, man. He said he'll make your path, man. He'll make your way straight, man. If you get into these and putting your work in for the Most High, commit your work into him. And he'll give you that path to right to show you where to go, man.
Man, that's a good precept, man. Read that again, man. Let that soak in a little bit, man.
Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established.
So when brothers and sisters' thoughts is not established, guess what? You're not fully committing to the Most High.
That's right.
That's exactly what this scripture is saying, man. That's a good scripture, man.
Come.
No slacking, no taking off, man. When you committed to something, guess what? You're going to be there day in and day out, man. No slack.
Glad you said that. No slack. Let's go to Proverbs 10 and 4. Because putting this work in, you can't be no slack. You can't be slacking in this work now. You got to give him your all, man. We always try to say we try to get that girl all. We try to get that old basketball coach all. We try to give these teachers in the classroom all. Let's get them Most High all. Because he said he got some for slacking.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 10 and verse 4. He become poor that dealeth with a slack hand.
He becometh what?
He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand. But the hand of the diligent make rich.
So if you putting in this work, man, and you constantly diligently trying to get better and better every day and doing what you're supposed to do for the Most High, say he will become rich. He making him rich. And his ways ain't just meaning money, man. It's rich, man, and trying to get to the kingdom, man.
Exactly.
But he that becometh poor, dealing with the slack hand. So you out here being slack, well, then you just might lose a couple things, man. You might not be on that same path of righteousness, man, as you thought you was, because you're not putting in the same work. It's just like giving the firstlings, Cain and Abel, giving the firstlings of your 10%, man, like he was giving. And brother mad, you know why? What you think? What he told him? He said, "So you know why? You ain't gotta ask me why. You know why? You come giving me the paws and the tail, but your brother gave me the rump roast and the ribs. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get up out of there. We can't be slackful, man. Let's go to Colossians 3 and 23. We got to cut them off.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto man.
Because when we put in this work, remember, like we've been saying, remember what you're doing this for, man. And not what, remember who you're doing this for. You working for the Most High, man. So when you putting that work in, you make sure that you putting that work in for him and him only. And not for nobody else. You're not trying to be seen. I'm not you trying to be seen. I'm clean. I'm a clean Israelite. I'm clean. I hope you're trying to be clean for the Most High. Who you trying to be clean for? Come on, let's keep it real now. Who you trying to work hard for? You trying to work hard for the Most High? or you trying to work hard to show everybody else what you're doing? You said, and whatsoever you do, whatever you do, man, in all your works, man, do it heartily and to the Lord, not as men. We gotta understand who we're doing this for, man.
And that's putting your whole heart into it, man, which is your mind, man. Most High, he don't like that slack of spirit, man.
That's right.
He don't want you coming halfway with the truth. If you're gonna come all the way with the truth, man. That's what the Most High want, man.
For real.
Go ahead.
Wait a minute, let's keep on biting on it, man. I'm gonna take that all the way down to the end.
Let's go.
Knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance. For ye serve the Lord Christ.
For you serve who?
For ye serve the Lord Christ.
I serve Facebook.
But ye serve the Lord Christ.
Okay.
But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he done. And there is no respect of person.
And so, like we always say, yeah, you don't like a certain camp, you don't like a certain brother in the camp, you think he's doing something wrong. What the scriptures say? He that's doing wrong, he gonna receive what he received too.
That's
he
right.
gonna get what he get. But you try to and what you really try to do is try to help that brother. Try to get him out of that vanity if he's in vanity. Or get him out of that pride if he's in pride. You know, the Most High might put it on you to correct that brother, for you to give him the understanding of being humble and meekness. You know what I'm saying? The fruits of the spirit, you know? So that's what we always say, man, when you putting this work in, man, make sure you're doing it for who you're doing it for, which is Christ, the Most High, and what we're trying to get to the kingdom. And who everybody putting their work in, they go get judged by their work, man. That's why the class is judgment of work, man, in works, man. So they gonna get judged for their work, man. Don't think though they go, oh, they out here pushing up. Don't worry about that, man. You just try to get in order with yourself, trying to get your penny, and hopefully your actions and your works leak off and trickle down and have a trickle effect on everybody else.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Let's go to Matthew 5:16, man. It's just another thing, just a key scripture that we always do, because this is how you put your work in, man. Kind of another way how you put your work in.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 16. Let your light so shine before men.
Let your light so shine before men. How do you let your light shine before men? Keep reading that. What you say? Keeping the commandments. Wearing your fringes when you're at school, young guy. You know what I'm saying? Letting them see you. They go like, man, brother, he wear them fringes every day, man. He for real about this, ain't he? He ain't playing. That's how you let your light shine. I had a brother that I've been going to the gym, and he told me, he said, yeah, man, my uncle been trying to get me in the truth. He said, but every time I go by and see him, when he come over my house, he ain't wearing no fringes, but he always telling me about some fringes and stuff. I said, well, how is he letting his light shine? He called his brother, his uncle. I had my jacket on with the 12 tribes on the back. He like, man, you see, here go a brother letting his light shine right here, man. I said, man, you know, it ain't. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, do what I'm commanded to do. You understand? But how can you tell somebody to do this and then you're not keeping it yourself?
Exactly.
That's why your work you gonna be judged by your work, man. We open up that book. So you better let your light shine. That's how you let your light shine, by keeping these commandments and showing others that I can keep these commandments, rain, sleet, or snow. Yeah, I'm going through something right now, but guess what? Bearded up, fringed up, being kind to my brothers, man, not talking behind nobody back, taking my long suffering for what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's how you let your light shine.
And I'm glad you said that too, because where that little New York pizzeria right there, that Muslim in there, been a Muslim all his life. And every time I go in there, he give me, I don't know about y'all, he give me, you can take that, give me something free. But the thing about it is, he do that. He said, because he told me in Jeroboam, was you there with me that day? He said,
you told me about it.
Yeah, he said, man, he said, this is different between y'all. You know, I know this is different. I was like, what you mean? He said, it ain't the fact that y'all claiming he called it religion, claiming a religion. He said, but y'all really do it. Because he said, look like it'd be like y'all coming in one day. I mean, one day when we all was up there, he was like, he got them. And then he said about Jeroboam, he said even his kids be having them things on. And he said, oh, y'all got those beards. He knew something about it. He was like, he said, but everybody in America, they always claim these religions, but they don't do none of it. He said, but y'all literally do it.
That's right.
And he was just so amazed, like, and that's because what happened, like you said, the light is shining. That's when he like, Whoa, they doing it. They ain't just talking about it. They doing it. Because he see what's going on in America church.
That's right. You see everybody talking their talk, but really not walking. He see you walking that walk for real.
Mm-hmm.
So you about that, man. Finish that out about 16, 5 and 6.
That ye may see your good work.
That they may see your good work. That's what we doing. Yeah, we gotta let our light shine. So we can be a light to everybody else, man. These brothers in darkness, man. How else can they come out of darkness unless they see some light, man? Mm-hmm. That's how we get brothers and sisters to convert. They seeing that, hey, some of these brothers, man, they not playing, man. Mm-hmm. They got their foot on the gas, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, and they ain't playing about it. That's how you go get them brothers and sisters out of darkness, by you doing what you got to do, man. Put that work in for the Most High, man, and put it in the work that He asked us to put in.
You remember that brother the other day when we was outside? He drove past us in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
He just smiled big. He didn't go to his apartment. He stopped in the middle of the road, just stared at us like, just smiling like, hey, I see him. They got on everything like, because the light is shining.
That's right. That's right. Oh, we get this last scripture. You finish that out for Mark. We got the last scripture.
And glorify your Father which is in heaven.
And make sure we'll remember who you're doing this work for. That's it. That's the whole key to this thing, man. You're going to be judged in your work. Remember who you're doing this work for, man. And remember also with this last scripture, let's go to Galatians 6 and 9. That we're doing this for a purpose and for a reason, man. It's a reason and a purpose for everything. Like they always say, oh, it happened here. It's a reason that happened. Oh, it's a reason that happened. Oh, it's a reason, a purpose for what that is. Yeah, you're right. You might not know it right now, but we know it, though. We know what we're doing this for. Galatians 6 and 9.
The book of Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9. And let us not be weary in well-doing. For in due season we shall reap if we faint not.
If we faint not, man. That's why the scripture always say, endure to the end. Read that again from that.
And let us not be weary in well-doing. For in due season we shall reap if we faint not.
If we what?
If we faint not.
If we faint not, man. That's key, man.
That's right.
That's a good scripture also.
And that weary can go to having an excuse why I can't make it today because I gotta, I had, the little boy running, man, bring that little boy, keep him on your neck, something like that, when you need to get out there.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You trying to get him to learn anyway. So what better place can he be if that's all, if you got to take care of the kid? Man. I promise you find babysitters to run to the movie. Boy, if you gotta go, man, hold on, somebody get in, man. Like, look, hey.
See, that's why you always gotta have your brothers around, because I didn't even notice that. I put a description is that not be weary in well doing. Man. That's key right there, man. Yeah, man. Don't be slackful, man. That's another thing of being slackful, like you said, having excuses, man, for doing good. Oh man, I want to come out there with your brothers, man, but I had a pride game, man. You ain't had nothing going on, man. Don't be weary and doing some well, man. Doing. Put that work in, man. And it said in due season, you will reap what you sow. You'll get to that kingdom, man, if you faint not. If you faint not, man. Stay the course, Israel, man. Keep pushing, y'all. Let's keep pushing this truth, man. And let's do it with the ability that the Most High gave us to do it according to the scriptures, man. Let's let our work line up with the scriptures, because we will be judged in our works, man, actions. And with that, we say shalom. We're going to bring out a lot of you brothers and sisters.
26 and 1, Leviticus.
The book of Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 1. Ye shall not make you no idols, nor graven images, neither rear up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it, man. For I am the Lord your God.
Y'all better cut them out of them images.
Cobblestone, all that.
That cobblestone, and the homicide, that big old statue in Brazil. Man. And people be bowing down, going over there and doing all that stuff. Cut it out.
Cut it out.
And it's also a double edge, because it's not saying that you can't have to bow down unto it.
That's right.
To bow down. We're not worshiping the picture. We just have it to show and to give our people visual effects. That's it, man. So if brothers is bound down, stop it, man. You ain't seeing.
And they bow down, and the ones that got it, they got the picture of that Caesar Borgia, and then they go to church. and they bowing down to it.
Right.
Because that's what that is all about.
Right.
So, but we ain't gonna, if you catch us in the church, I can promise you, it'll be 10 minutes after we done got out these scriptures, they gonna kick us out. So we ain't coming there to
I
bow
already
down.
been kicked out of
We
church.
coming there to break them off.
I already
Like
been
we
kicked
said,
out of church.
the posters is strictly for teaching purposes only.
All
Right?
praise.
That's it. Go ahead.
And that's what with that, man. We just thank y'all for tuning in to us, man. For our YouTube subscribers, man. Y'all keep clicking the like button, man. Get some more people to look into it, man. You know what I'm saying? To subscribe to us. You know, we're on YouTube or what else? We're on Twitter,
Yeah, Facebook.
Periscope, man. Go fund us, man. We have to GoFundMe, man. We thank y'all who've already contributed to the funds and trying to help us get this put this truth to the four corners of the earth for. So who already had done it, we thank y'all and hopefully we'll be in the city or a town near you soon. You know, if not, you know what I'm saying, let's try to help us, man, push the truth. Like we said, we need help, man. We need some subs, man. It might be your work to put in to help with the funds. You might have a better job than some of us other brothers and sisters, you know.
And his contact numbers on the bottom.
It is contact numbers, man, on our YouTube page and all that, man. Anything else?
Yeah, like we say, you hit it on point. Give us a call. Y'all got any questions, man? Don't be shy about it, man. Call us, man. Text us, man. We here for brothers and sisters, man.
That's what the numbers on there for. And with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.